All right, joining us now is former presidential candidate himself, Vivek Ramaswamy. Let's get your take. Let's assume for a minute that ABC Disney is not going to do their job. And there's so many unanswered questions as I outlined. Let's assume that. What should Donald Trump's strategy be?
Look, on that first assumption, Sean, we assume that heading into the CNN debate, I think the fact that ABC is in such a position to be as obviously biased as they've been may actually cause them to correct and actually run a fair debate. So that's what I'm rooting for. Nonetheless, regardless of how the moderators handle it, I think Donald Trump has the advantage here where he has offered detailed policy proposals in a way that Kamala Harris has not. And in the same way he ran against Biden as a cog in the machine, that's what Kamala Harris is as well. She's not quite an ideologue. She's just another cog in a broader system, and we're running against that system. One thing I want to caution against, Sean, is exactly what happened in June. What I expect is that Donald Trump will once again run circles around Kamala Harris, just as he did with Joe Biden in that last debate. The question is that going to be good for us in winning this election or not? Because last time around, it was the catalyst for something drastic happening afterwards, which is in that case swapping out Joe Biden as the nominee. And I think if Kamala Harris really does tank in this debate, and I think there's a decent chance that happens, I think there are strange things that could happen between now and November, because the Democrats, they have been playing this as, in some ways, one step ahead.
You're suggesting that we may live through another change in candidates if she didn't have a good debate?
No, I don't think it's going to be a change in the candidates. The ballots have already been printed, but I do think that we have a machine that we're up against that has demonstrated that it is going to go to great measures to defeat Donald Trump. You trace this back over the last year and a half. You've got prosecutions. You've got civil cases. You've got extrajudicial attempts to remove him from the ballot. They told us Joe Biden was definitively going to be the nominee, then negotiated for the earliest ever presidential debate in U.S. history because they knew there was a good chance Biden would underperform. Once he did, they swapped him out. I think we've got to learn from those lessons, Sean, to say that they're still going to have many more tricks up their sleeve. So the two scenarios are either Kamala Harris overperforms. I don't expect that to happen. Or what I do expect to happen is Donald Trump to seriously defeat her in this debate as he did last time around. But don't expect that to be the end of this election. I think there's going to be more tricks left up their sleeve.
All right. Vivek Ramaswamy, great to see you as always.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.